I think you and Steve like knew I wanted to do all this from the start. Like you and him. I remember you sitting me down before working for Steve, and you were like, "Bro, you should work with Steve. He supports your goals and your dreams, and you support him." And I think this is something I always want to do. When I moved to LA 4 years ago, before Nelk, I always want to do my own channel. I always want to do my own music. I think, dude, I don't think I could be doing this right now if I didn't learn and experience everything I did with Nelk, with Steve, with Salim, with you. Now, like, I have such a great understanding. I know how I want to do my videos. Like, I think two of my biggest inspirations in making videos was you and Steve. And then, I mean, I've always loved Logan Paul and how he carried himself, but Steve is probably one of, like, my biggest inspirations. Like,
yeah.
We're working under him, seeing how he held his team. It was chaotic, but...
Yeah, we grinded.
But it was a grind, and everyone loved each other. I love how there was so much love between everyone on that team.
Yeah.
And that was my favorite part, and I always knew I wanted to do this, but...
Why didn't you do more things with Nelk? Like, why are you kind of doing your own thing?
Man, that's a tough.
You know, I got to ask the hard questions.
Yeah, these are tough questions. I didn't really think about that, but I've only love for them. I loved working with all of them. I have great relationships with all of them. They wanted. I mean, the truth is, they wanted me to be an editor for them. I was a great employee. I worked my ass off.
Yeah.
And they knew that, and there's a lot of respect for that. But being an editor and being a filmer is just not. It's not my dream.
Yeah.
I did my 3 years. I worked 24/7. I worked every day. I gave everything I could for that company, and I love them. But sometimes I think if you want to do your dreams and your goals, you have to go on your own and do that.
Why do you? But why? I guess because the reason why I have this perspective is because I saw you saying, "Yo, I want to do this."
Yeah, everyone knew it.
So my question is, why do you think they didn't want to help you facilitate it?
I don't know.
Because if you were, because I'm just if you were on my team, I'd be like, "Yo, let's figure it out. Figure something out." Yeah, no, I'm curious.
Yeah,
I don't, because I don't know the answer why. I don't know why. I just wonder what you think it was.
I really what can I before we go into what I think, what do you think?
You're good.
Yeah.
That was good, dude. Oh, man.
What do you think? What do you think?
God, bro, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
You're a funny guy. I love that about you. I think it comes down to like the focus, right? I think maybe their focus is more on the podcast, the Nelk videos, what they're doing as a whole, and less like trying to like create these outward stems of, content creators doing stuff within their network, because I think sometimes maybe people feel like it will dilute what they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
Even though, for all intents and purposes, it's like if someone's, I mean, then again, it's like, I can't even say if someone signs a contract, then like they're agreeing to something, because I've obviously been in a situation where I met someone who made $0 a month, came to work with me, agreed to these terms for me to help them with their whole brand and everything. And then when she was making $100,000 a month, she just decided, I don't want to continue paying you money. And like, so even in a contract, having a contract in place where someone agrees explicitly, yo, I agree that there's no money coming in. I'm going to move across the country. I'm going to live in your house, not pay rent, only pay utilities. And then $10,000, $18, $20, $60, $100,000 for about 3 months. And they turn around, they're like, you know what? I don't think this is fair anymore. So it's like, I know why, from a business owner standpoint, that someone might be afraid of that sort of extension.
I can agree with that, because I think Kyle, Nelk, they've put on a lot of people, and people come and go, and I agree that Kyle's main priority and all of them is Nelk, and that's rightfully so. Like, you have to build your company, your business, Nelk, the podcast, Happy Dad, whatever. And if something doesn't make sense for one of your lines of revenue in your company that doesn't fit, then that's fine. I get it. You don't want people to come in there and take what they can and then leave. I agree with that.
Yeah, there's no right way, obviously. I just think like that's people's fears are based around that.
And maybe it's like, okay, Nick's doing his own thing, and I think they respect it, and I respect them, and I don't think there's anything bad between that. But why haven't we come together? It hasn't come. I mean, like they did hit me up for like a Happy Dad thing, like to do a merch thing, but that just never happened. It kind of just fizzled out. But I don't think there's anything. I think they were cool.
Yeah, I don't think there's any. There's definitely. I know there's no bad blood.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just asking the questions because it's. I just think it's a thing that people probably wonder, knowing.
Oh,
that,
dude, I have so many DMs in the comments of like,
it's like
what happened with you and Nelk? Nothing happened.
this wouldn't be a good podcast if I didn't ask you that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, I know there's no bad blood. I'm not saying there is. Like, it's just I just understand from all angles, and I've obviously been in situations where I could be like, damn, I really got taken advantage of. So I could understand why someone could be hesitant.
Yeah, and I've never. That's the thing. Like, I've never hit them up to do anything. I've never asked to do anything. I wouldn't want to do anything unless they want to do something. So I see that from your side of like. So I just kind of stay to myself. I just want to make my videos. Of
course. I just want to say this. I would have signed you.
Really?
I would have signed you.
If you were them.
100% I would have done it.
Why?
Because I mean, bro, I've known you for a long time, and you always, like, even when you were just around and we were filming stuff, we were talking before I think the pod started, and I was like, oh, you remind me of Ray and this like higher energy. That's one of the things that it requires, to be able to have that sort of level of like excitement on content in general. Like, you can't get on YouTube and be like, hey guys, what's up? This is what I'm doing. Like, we're gonna do some stuff. Yeah. It's fun. Like, you gotta kind of come with energy, and it's rare to have people who are comfortable. I think just number one, comfortable with giving that energy, and from the beginning, I saw that in you. Just like I saw it in Steiny, and so he started putting him in our.
Yeah. I tell everyone you're responsible for Steiny's.
Yeah, and it's fine, and but it's also Steve, because without Steve, I wouldn't have been there to film the content, to film his assistant. You know what I'm saying? Because I was filming content with Steve, so I give all the love to Steve in that sense. And then I just was like, oh, this dude's funny, like how I see you. I'm like, oh, he's got high energy. He could be engaging. Even the little clips that we've done, like just at the gym and shit.
We've had some good
bangers.
Shit. Yeah.
And it's like, you could see it right away. I could see it for sure, because I've been doing this forever, and I've seen everyone, or I've met everyone who's like in it. And some people just have it, and some people just don't. And not that it's a bad thing. It's just, you've had it. So I
appreciate it. Thank you.
When I knew you were going to do it, I was like, oh, he's going to do well. Plus, you knew how to do it because you were a part of it being done at a very high level.
I'll always credit that whole. I couldn't have the brains and the vision and know how this all works unless I was working with them, and I understood how to do it. Oscar told me, we were in Oscar's Nelk's head filmer editor. Mm-hmm. We were in the Bahamas, and him and I always talked about our dreams and goals, and I told him straight up. He always knew I wanted to do music. I wanted to do my own YouTube channel. I remember I was in tears this one night telling him, I'm like, bro, like, I don't want you to hate me. I know I'm your guy, and we've gone through all this together, but I was like, I want to do my own channel. And he goes, Nick, he's like, if you really want to do this, he's like, you're the guy to do it. He's like, you have the personality, you've edited, you've filmed, you understand how this all works. He's like, if you want to do it, I'll support you going out and doing that. I never forgot that, because I was like, he's right. Like, I've learned everything. I've worked with everybody. I understand how it works. I can do it. And I think, like, I wouldn't have been able to do it without working for Nelk. So I'm very thankful for my time that I've done with him.
Yeah, I mean, it's just all about showing love and respect.
Yeah,
like, there's some people who like will take advantage of situations and be like, treat the person like they didn't help them. You know what I'm saying? And like, you've never done that. Like,
no.